pretty little thing, isn't it? Well, I suppose that's pushing it slightly. Cool, different, unique is probably more accurate. Now, Mini lately hasn't been very mini, and the Countryman, boy oh boy, it has grown. In fact, it's the largest Mini ever built. And John Cooper Works is the most powerful version of Mini. So, sporty and boxy, is there even such thing? Time will tell. 1, 2, 3. Let's take a quick look what we've got under the bonnet. No EV, no mild hybrid, no plug-in hybrid, just a good old combustion engine. 2 liters, 4 cylinders, turbocharged petrol engine, which produces 300 horses and 400 newton-meters of torque. The power is being sent to all 4 wheels. Well, JCW, let's see how this 300 horsepower feels once the rubber hits the road. Now look at these glorious quad exhaust pipes. Nice touch, Mini. Onto the boot space. The shape of the boot is very practical. You can easily fit 2 large suitcases. You can carry long items, so plenty of practicality. And that's enough about the boot space. What about being a passenger in the back seat? It is actually all right. I have adjusted the front seat for my height and I've got plenty of knee room, very good headroom. What about the middle seat? Well, I mean, it's doable, or you can also put your mother-in-law here so she'll get the message. But the seats are cool in the front, but here's a bit of a plastic, fantastic, never mind. Mini, you had to cock it up. I mean, you've done so well in the front, but that's fine. Overall, you can comfortably carry 2 even tall adults. The seating position is a good example why this car still feels like a Mini. You're sitting very low, it feels very sporty, small beefy steering wheel, I really like it. You've got this funky woven strip, paddle shifters if you think you can be quicker than this gearbox, but the chances are very slim. Nevertheless, these are good fun on a twisty road or in the mountains. Now the quality of the materials, the fit and finish is very good. The cabin is not everybody's cup of tea because it's unique. Well, it's Mini. For example, this knitted sweater. It's like your grandma made you a lovely jumper. I mean, it is certainly a little bit different. In terms of practicality, well, there's plenty of storage space to carry all your clothes. Everything fits just nicely. Got some shelving and I've got this cute pocket here with a woven strip. I think that's a nice touch. Okay, very good. Up here you've got your petite drive selector lever. I like that. Now to turn on the engine, you've got almost like a traditional old school key, left or right. Okay. Here is your shortcut button for your experiences, not driving modes, experiences. Traditional knob for volume control, very good. Some shortcut buttons for climate and your driving settings, very good. And onto this spinning round and round infotainment system. So I have to admit, I have received a rather frosty reception from it. When I jumped in this car, I thought, oh my God, I hated this platter. That all I want to do with it is just smash it. It gave me, as the kids say, anxiety. But I gave it a little bit of love, a little bit of patience, and my goodness gracious, it just does absolutely wonders. I do end up plugging in Apple CarPlay, but overall it's not a bad system to use. I mean, BMW iDrive is still far better, but it's also a question of getting used to, okay? You even have seat massage, very good. Graphics are good, it's very quick, okay? What else can I show you? I'll show you those experiences. You get all these funky sounds. Green, vivid, timeless. course, my favorite one by far is the go-kart. It's when the soul of this car gets activated. But overall, the cabin is very good. It fits the character of this car absolutely perfectly.
When you're down and you stare out your window, hoping that you'll come up with some words to say. That's not okay.
Well, let's launch her. Instead of driving modes, we have what's called experiences. So we need to go into go-kart experience. This is supposed to activate our launch control. Funky sound, that's fine. Gearbox is in sports. Automatic start and stop button, it should be deactivated, but the bugger keeps coming back. Never mind. Foot on the brake, foot on the throttle. Yep, it's coming back. Let's go anyway. Nice! This gearbox is so good. So the declared 0 to 100 is 5.4 seconds, and I am, bloody hell, 5.25. My timing is simply impeccable. You don't expect a car of this size and look to launch in 5.25. Very good. Now, before I forget, fuel economy. So a bit of launch control, acrobatics, a bit of motorway and congested city, and I'm averaging about 9 liters, which is really good. So how does this car feel in daily life when you just trot around town? Well, the ride quality is pretty good. Overall, it's quite comfy. There isn't much noise coming into the cabin, but it's not exactly what you call it serene, because you will feel some bumps and imperfections along the way, especially at lower speeds. Sometimes it feels like the suspension never quite settles down. But you see, the suspension here has to be firmer. Otherwise, around the corners, this box would roll, well, like a box. So aerodynamics is not exactly your best friend here. But don't give up just yet.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know.
We've got nice and pretty light steering, but very quick and very responsive. I like it because it feels engaging. It's easy to park and maneuver this car. Decent visibility, although this thick pillar can sometimes be blinding. So you just have to bear that in mind when you're adjusting your seat. But we've got brilliant cameras to support your parking actions. But why oh why would you buy a car like this? Unless you love the looks of it, I won't judge. But to be honest, I don't think there'll be many people falling head over heels in love with this one. Mini is an interesting brand. It's either you love it or you simply can't be bothered. It's non-existent to you. But imagine a situation in which you were young, single, and you loved the Mini. Well, the Mini truly was Mini at that time, but it is now a distant memory. We simply moved on to bigger cars. And on the top of that, you've got a family, a dog, clutter, and all the life baggage you can think of. So the Mini just ain't gonna cut it. And this could potentially be a solid proposition because you still get that Mini flavor. It's a bit like a plus size model that used to be petite and skinny, but now she's just simply a little bit bigger, but she's still cute. But you see, JCW badge does carry certain responsibilities. After all, it is a performance division of Mini, so it is only appropriate that I now floor it. Oh, she goes, and she is punchy. But there is a slight delay initially. But don't blame Mini for it, blame those who have voted those mighty political leaders in. Humans are capable of illogical, irrational behavior, and for that I am very sorry. Of course, these limitations with the throttle response are due to the European Union regulations and the Greta army. Even if the car is not driving in the European Union, they're still gonna do it. They'll try to chop whatever is sexy and fun. What a bunch of bores. Imagine marrying one of those. God almighty. But anyway, they're not that clever and we're not all sheep, so we still have got cars like this. And this on a twisty road feels planted, feels low, a bit bizarre, almost bipolar, simply because you don't expect it when you look at it from the outside. You've got plenty of grip, the handling is superb, and now you know why the suspension has got to be a little bit firmer. So that's really good, but it gets so much better when you flick it to sport mode. It becomes a lot more alive. The steering is sharp, hard, the suspension is stiff. You can really push this car and chuck it around the corners. The 300 horsepower is put to such good use because this engine feels bombastic. We've got a dual clutch automatic gearbox. It wastes no time, it doesn't faff around, it's so quick, so smooth, the change of gears. It's like a German soldier, sorry, British soldier, but I promise you, you won't be missing that automatic, mushy, dreadful gearbox that Mini used to have. I mean, this gearbox and the performance here is absolutely brilliant. Now you see, in the sport mode, it takes on a completely different meaning. It's such good fun, and it sounds fantastic. Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care because it sounds so cool. All of a sudden, you forget about the hideous looks. It's only people on the outside that have to worry about it. You see, I do appreciate the versatility of this car. It's so practical, yet super fun. And if you like the looks of it, well, that's just a bonus. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!